The most popular indicator in trading is also the most misused. By the end, you will use it the way pros do and never fear the word overbought again. So what is RSI really? It stands for the Relative Strength Index, and the simplest way to picture it is a momentum meter that rides along underneath the price, scored from 0 to 100. That purple line in the lower pane is the RSI. Here is everything it does. When buyers are in control and price pushes up hard, the line climbs toward 100. When sellers take over and price drops, it falls towards 0. It is just measuring how strong and how one-sided the recent move has been. Think of it like a speedometer for momentum. It does not tell you the direction, it tells you the speed, and this is not just an RSI thing. Almost every oscillator you have heard of, the stochastic, Williams %R, the CCI, works on this exact same idea of overbought and oversold extremes. So the one lesson in this video quietly fixes all of them at once. Now, two famous lines. When RSI pushes above 70, the market is called overbought. Price has run up so fast that it is considered stretched and due for a rest. You can see the purple line poke up into that red zone right at the top of the rally. And when RSI drops below 30, it is called oversold. Sellers are exhausted and a bounce is likely. There is the line dipping into the green zone after the sell-off. And here is the rule every beginner is taught. The one printed in every textbook: when RSI is overbought, sell. When it is oversold, buy. Simple. Fade the extremes and collect. Hold on to that rule for 1 minute. On a calm, choppy chart like this one, it actually looks pretty good, but the instant a real trend shows up, that very same rule flips from a moneymaker into the single fastest way to blow up your account. Let me show you exactly why. Now watch the same indicator, but on a real trend. This stock is in a powerful uptrend, climbing day after day. Look at the RSI, it pushes above 70 almost immediately, and then it just stays there. It does not come back. It is pinned above 70 for 2 solid weeks, while price keeps marching higher. So think about what the textbook rule told you to do. It screams sell, this is overbought, short it here. So you short, and price goes higher. It is still overbought, so you short again, and price goes higher still. Every overbought signal in a strong trend is a trap, and fading them gets you run over again and again. So write this on your wall: in a trend, overbought can stay overbought for weeks. An overbought reading is not a sell signal, it is a sign of strength. So if we do not sell overbought, how do we actually use RSI in a trend? Here is the fix the pros use, and it is the whole point of this video. Forget 30 and 70 for a second, and look at the line in the middle, the 50 line. That 50 line is your trend filter. While RSI holds above 50, momentum belongs to the buyers, and you only hunt for buys. So instead of fighting strength, you wait. Eventually, even the strongest trend takes a breather and price pulls back. Watch the RSI on that pullback. It does not crash to 30. It dips down to about 50, taps the midline, and turns back up. That dip to 50 is a momentum reset, not a reversal. It is the trend catching its breath, and that is your signal to buy the dip with the trend as RSI bounces off 50. And look what happens next. Momentum reignites, their RSI lifts back off the 50 line, and price runs to brand new highs. That is the whole edge in one picture. Beginners fight the trend by selling overbought and get crushed. Pros trade with the trend by buying the dips to 50. And in a downtrend, it is a perfect mirror. RSI stays weak under 50, and you sell the bounces instead of buying the dips. Now let us prove all of it on real, current charts. Here is that exact playbook on a live chart. This is NVIDIA, and the trend is clearly up, higher highs and higher lows for weeks. Now, a beginner using the old rule would have been shorting the whole way, because look at the RSI in late April, it even hit 76, deep into overbought. But in a trend, that is just strength. Price barely paused. Then, in early May, the trend finally takes a breather and price pulls back. And here is the key tell: watch the RSI on this pullback. It does not collapse to 30, it falls only to 50, taps that midline, and flattens out. Price is resetting, not reversing. This is the dip we have been waiting for. So now we build the trade, calmly, in advance. We buy around 200 as price stabilizes and RSI curls back up off 50. Our stop goes just below the pullback low at 194, so our risk is about $6 a share. And our target sits at 212, exactly 2 times that risk, a clean 2 to 1. And notice the sizing falls out of the plan automatically. With a $6 stop and a 1% account risk, the math tells you exactly how many shares to buy. You are never guessing. Now we simply let it work. We buy the bounce and we do not touch it. A couple of days later, price tags 212, our target, and we are out with a clean 2R winner. And notice the runner kept going all the way past 225 because we were trading with the trend, not against it. So look at the 2 ways to play one chart. The beginner shorted the 76 overbought print and got run over, while we waited for the dip to 50 and got paid. 1 dip, 1 clean entry, 1 winner. That is RSI used the right way. Now the mirror image, because this edge works just as well on the short side, and most traders get this one even more wrong. This is MicroStrategy live, and it is in a clear downtrend, carving out lower high after lower high. In a downtrend, every rule simply flips. Now RSI keeps failing at the 50 line from below, and oversold becomes the trap. Watch the setup. Price bounces, and the RSI climbs up toward 50, but it cannot break through. It fails right at 50, the trend filter, and rolls back over. In a downtrend, that failed bounce to 50 is your signal to sell, the exact mirror of buying the dip in an uptrend. So we build the short. We short around 156 as the bounce fails. Our stop goes just above the bounce high at 163, and our target sits at 142, a clean 2-to-1. Price rolls over, and a couple of days later it hits our target. That is a 2R winner on the short side. But here is the part that traps almost everyone. As price collapses, the RSI drops below 30, deep into oversold. The textbook screams buy, it is oversold, it must bounce, so the beginner buys, and the stock keeps falling from 136 all the way to 120, still dropping. That is catching a falling knife. In a downtrend, oversold is not a floor, it is just strength to the downside. You do not buy oversold in a downtrend, the same way you never sell overbought in an uptrend. Now let me prove all of this on one of the most watched charts of the year. This is Apple, live, and I am going to run two different traders across the very same 6 weeks. The first is the fader who lives by the old rule and sells overbought. The second is the trend trader who buys dips to 50. Same chart, same RSI. Watch the gap that opens between them. First, early on, the trend trader gets to work. In the middle of April, price dips and the RSI resets to about 50, right at the midline. So he buys the first dip here. A week later it happens again, and he buys the next dip too. Both bounce, both go green. He is trading with a strong trend, and it is paying him. Now the trend really catches fire, and the RSI climbs straight into overbought. And this is where the fader wakes up. RSI is above 70, so he shorts it. Certain price is stretched and must fall. Instead, Apple keeps climbing, and he is stopped out for a loss. But the RSI is even higher now, so he is even more sure. And he shorts again, even higher up, and again he is run over. Here is the part that should change how you trade forever. The RSI on Apple stayed pinned above 70 for 3 full weeks, glued up there, while the stock marched from 293 all the way to 315. Every single one of those overbought prints was a sign of strength, not a reason to sell. And the whole time, what is the trend trader doing? Nothing dramatic. He is still long from his dip buys, just riding the trend higher and letting the winner run, completely ignoring the overbought readings that were destroying the fader. So let us tally up the scoreboard after 6 weeks on one chart. The fader who fought the trend and shorted overbought took 3 straight losses and blew a hole in his account. The trend trader who bought the dips to 50 and rode the trend booked 2 clean winners. Same stock, same RSI indicator. Opposite playbooks, opposite outcomes. Overbought never meant sell. It meant the trend was strong, and strong trends are for riding. So here is the one idea that fixes RSI for good. Stop trading the 70 and 30 lines and start trading the 50 line. In a real trend, overbought just means strong, so fading it is how beginners get run over. The edge is to use 50 as your trend filter and buy the dips back to it with the trend. So on your next chart, do this first. Ask which side of 50 RSI is on. Above 50, you only look for buys on the dips. Below 50, you only look for sells on the bounces. That one habit will save you from the most expensive mistake in all of technical analysis. If this finally made RSI click, subscribe, because we build one new trading skill from the ground up every single week. And next we take this exact idea further with the MicroStrategy. See you in the next one.